What's up? Thought I would show you my version of supported one-arm dumbbell rows. I'm pretty much a stickler when it comes to form. I think form is probably the most important tool you have to your benefit and to your advantage in the gym. Having good form is going to prevent injuries, of course, but it's also going to help you stay healthy in the long run. And so you have longevity in this sport, and you could do this for years and years and years and not suffer from a lot of major injuries. But anyway, so my version of supported one-arm rows, don't mind that background noise, that's my gardener. But anyways, my version of supported one-arm rows, I like to do them on a bench, and the reason I like the bench is it takes away momentum of the movement and also supports your lower back. You see a lot of guys doing one-arm rows either off a floor, kind of like this with no support, or they hold themselves up on a dumbbell rack, and you see them generating a lot of momentum with their legs, as you see me doing here. You're generating that squat movement that generates a lot of power coming up, and then you see guys using dumbbells that are probably far too heavy than they should be using. If they were to lower the weight down, support themselves, eliminate momentum, and basically just use their arm and their lat to do the work, they'll see that they're getting the same, if not more, recruitment out of the lat, rear delt, bicep, forearm, if they eliminate that momentum. But anyway, so basically the way I do them is one knee, not arm. I'm doing my left lat, my left side, so I'm going to put my right knee up on a bench. Basically going to sit down on my foot, and then I'm going to put my right hand supported onto the bench flat, and you can see then I lift my butt to get myself pretty much in anywhere from a 30 to 45 degree angle with my back, making sure I'm keeping my low back arched and flat and my chest up at all times. I never want to roll over my back. And once you roll over and pull, you're going to be using a lot of rear delts and arm, and the lat's not going to get as much stimulation. So basically it's make sure your back is flat, 30 to 45 degrees. Make sure the lower back is arched, chest is up, and basically it's time to grab the dumbbell. And the way I like to grab the dumbbell is I use VersaGrips, or you can use wrist straps, either one. I like to use grips because I don't have to worry about losing grip when I'm performing the movement. I can focus more so on using my lats and my rear delts and my arms to do the movement and not worrying about losing my grip. So basically, once I get my hand placement in, I keep my thumb over the bar. And the reason I like to keep my thumb over is it eliminates a lot. I won't say a lot, but it helps to eliminate some of the bicep involvement and some of the, basically bicep, a little bit of the forearm. So your lats do a little bit more of the work as opposed to your arms. So once I get my hand placement with my thumb over, of course my back's flat, then I like to lift the dumbbell off the ground, and you'll see me point the dumbbell head down, breaking at the wrist. And the reason I do that is when you go to pull the weight up, you want to make sure you're pulling from the elbow, meaning pull from this axis and not here. So when you pull from the elbow, your elbow doesn't break right away, and then you pull up and you pull that dumbbell head into your hip. And the reason you're doing that is, watch my elbow, it doesn't break until it gets towards the top. And that really allows the lat to start the work first. So the lat gets involved right away first. Then once the elbow starts to break, then it becomes a rear delt and a bicep movement. You see a lot of guys gripping the dumbbell head with thumb under, and then they keep the dumbbell head up and not pointed down. And the first thing they do when they pull up is they break the elbow. and they pull the dumbbell head like this, and the lat gets little involvement. It gets just minimal involvement, and a lot of the work gets done by the rear delt and the bicep. So by tilting that dumbbell head down at the wrist, you're going to be able to pull with your elbow first, pull with the lat first, and then towards the top it becomes a little bit of a bicep movement and rear delt movement. So that's basically my tips for one-arm row. I'll go ahead and, my version anyway, I'll go ahead and put this into play now, show you what a set looks like. So basically here's the setup. Get my grip, supported, dumbbell head goes down, and here we go. There we go.